What the fuck? Sorry. My tripod's like defying laws of physics, like simple laws of physics. And I do not know how you're standing up still right now. Whatever. It's not my business. It's not my business, that's him. It's him. He has the answers for this. I don't know. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the most boring video ever on earth. But it's so boring, it's crazy. This is the craziest fucking video you'll ever fucking watch in your life, but it's crazy because it's so goddamn boring.
Rachel, this is serious.
So as we all know, the spring equinox, Mercury and the moon has passed and it descended into retrograde. So that means that summer is coming soon. And I don't think you understand how... Oh my god. Okay, I feel like everybody for some reason this year, we all for some reason just collectively had the winters of our lives. Yeah, I did have the worst winter of my life. I will say. Yeah. That period of time that I just experienced recently was really, really awful. Well, I'm sure the winter of like 2013, 2014 when I was in middle school trumps
President Trump.
Anything in my life. There will never be any worse time in my life than middle school. And I do wholeheartedly believe that, but this winter was a close second. But I am so excited for summer. Like, I can already taste it. I can already smell it. I can feel the tides that change in. I swear to God, every day, I want to kill myself less and less. And that's a beautiful thing that I think we can all celebrate. This entire year, I really haven't been reading. I mean, I think I've still read like 25 books, but I haven't been into many of them. I think the best book, I think I read this in January for my book club, was The Song of Solomon. Like, top 5 favorite books of all time. But other than that, the books that I've read this year have just been turd after turd after turd. I've been so depressed, and this is how I know I am down bad. I haven't been wanting to read, and I feel like reading, as a child, it was my escape from my reality, and since then my relationship with it hasn't really wavered at all. Whenever the killer sneaks into my brain and starts saying things to me like, Die, you don't deserve to breathe. My immediate reaction is to pick up a book and just look at words on a page. And that normally clears things up pretty well. But this year, it hasn't. And that's been really quite devastating for me. But the past few weeks, I have been very excited again about literature and reading. I'm back, baby. I am back. And in this video, I want to go over a couple books that I plan on reading this summer. The first book I'd like to read this summer is a book I've already started. It's My Heart is a Chainsaw by somebody with too many names. Stephen Graham Jones. Couldn't have just been Stephen Jones. I started this book a couple of weeks ago, but then I kind of I don't know what happened. I've been doing this a lot too. I've been starting books, reading a couple pages, and then just not finishing them, which is something that I think happens to a lot of people, but not me. If I start something, I normally finish it, okay? But I started it a few weeks ago and it was incredible, and then I got kind of busy, so I stopped reading it, and since then I've read a couple other books, but I think what was happening was, within the first couple of pages, I realized, oh, this is a summer book. Like, this book is for the beach. It is so enjoyable, it is so fun, it's so creepy and weird. It tickles a part of my brain that is just so dark and twisted and gross and weird. The preface is so disgusting. But it's about a girl named Jade who lives in a small town. She's a senior in high school and she's obsessed with slasher films. And as I'm sure you can assume, her life kind of becomes a bit of a slasher film, and the killer is on the loose in her little town. It's very cheesy, it's very corny, it's written like a slasher film. The dialogue, and it's fun. It's so fun. It's also a trilogy. So my plan this summer is to read the entire trilogy if I end up loving this first book, which I think I will. And I cannot wait to be on the beach and just read through this entire series while I get my tan on. Fuck, why do I say stuff like that? The next book I'd like to read this year is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. This book I've heard just screams summer. Like, it's the perfect summer book. I believe it's just about a family. Oh my god, it sounds so good. I've heard so many good things about this book, but it's about a man named Adam Trask who came to California from the East to farm and raise his family on the new rich land. So I think this must be set. Oh my god, John Steinbeck is old as shit. He was born in 1902. Fuck. That means he's 100. No, I'm sure he's dead. He's behind me. But the birth of his twins, Cal and Aaron, bring his wife to the brink of madness, and Adam is left alone to raise his boys to manhood. One boy thrives, nurtured by the love of all those around him. The other grows up in loneliness, enveloped by a mysterious darkness. This sounds so fucking good. California, I cannot wait to read about the LA, California vibes. I don't think it's actually set in LA. John Steinbeck is an author that I think the only book I've read from him is Of Mice and Men. And I read that one in the 11th grade and absolutely hated it because there's no book that I was forced to read in high school that I think I enjoyed. Let me think. God, yeah, I don't know. I think it's more just like I don't like academic English. I don't like writing papers. I don't like taking tests. I don't like school. So I'm sure there's a couple of books that I read in high school that I would have probably enjoyed if I didn't have to read like 3 chapters and then have to go back through those chapters and answer stupid dumb little questions about what did you read? What did that mean? What do you think that mean? Okay, when this character did that thing, what do you think he meant by that? The next one I have here is another classic that also gives off like a disgusting amount of summer vibes. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This is another one that I think is just about like family and friendship and relationship dynamics. The synopsis says that it is about the life and death of the mythical town of Macondo through the history of the Buendia family. And if you know me at all, if you know my taste in literature, I love a story that just no plot, just vibes. Give me all the complicated relationships and dynamics and drama. I want it all. I want to hear all about the gossip in the town. Like, I just want to chill. I want to read like beautiful poetic writing and just watch like a family or a town or just like a group of people completely crumble and fall apart. And then maybe if they're lucky, they come back together. But I don't know. Who knows? Like, it's not important to me. I just want some freakazoid whack characters that are just acting crazy and treating each other like absolute shit. But guess what? There's a lot more depth to it. There's reasons. There's reasons for why they're acting the way they're acting and treating each other the way they're treating each other. I've heard incredible things about this book. I've also heard that it's quite boring, but I don't know. The next one I've got here is Another Country by James Baldwin. James Baldwin, I adore him. I haven't read many of his books, but I have an urge to read a lot more this summer for some reason. He's just so smart and so interesting and so talented. But this one's about Rufus Scott, a scavenging Harlem jazz musician adrift in New York. Again, I think this is just like another book that's just no plot, just vibes. James Baldwin is obviously quite the controversial author. He's black and he's a gay man, and that's what his stories kind of revolve around for the most part, being black and gay in America. Or like Giovanni's Room, his most famous book. I think the main character, I think he's white, but he's like in Paris and discovering his sexuality. This sounds so good though. We're just following Rufus. He draws us into a bohemian underworld pulsing with heat, music, and sex. Yuck. Where desperate and dangerous characters betray, love, and test each other to the limit. I feel like I wish I could give you more. Like, I wish I could say more about these books, but These books, there's no plot, just vibes. Like, I don't know what else to say. The next one, though, this better have a plot. I think this definitely does, but Blood Over Bright Heaven by M.L. Wang. I would consider myself to be a fantasy sci-fi reader. It's very rare that I'm not in the middle of a fantasy or sci-fi series. I think the last sci-fi series I read was The Three-Body Problem, which is really sad to think about because that was last year. I think I read the last book in that series. You can actually see it. Zoom in on it. Is that it? Wait, I think that's it right there. But I read the last one, Death's End, I think last September or August. So it has been a hot minute. And like, maybe that's why I've been in this weird headspace, is because I haven't had a world to escape into for so long that doesn't resemble my world in the slightest. But M.L. Wang, she wrote The Sword of Kaigen, which is a standalone fantasy book that I absolutely love. And randomly a few weeks ago, I checked if M.L. Wang had any new books coming out. And I saw that she had released this, I think last year, and I immediately grabbed it. It's just reading the first few words of the synopsis, it sounds so good. It's about an orphan named Skyana, who has always had more to prove than her fellow students. For 20 years, she has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic, fueled by a mad desire to achieve the impossible, to be the first woman ever admitted to the high magistry. Oh my god. Like, what neither Sayana nor her peers realize is that her taciturn assistant was once more than a janitor. Okay, it's giving Goodwill Hunting. Before he mopped the floors of the mages, Tomil was a nomadic hunter from beyond Turan's magical barrier. 10 years have passed since he survived the perilous crossing that killed his family. Oh my fuck it. Like, she is so talented. I believe she also self-publishes her books. Just incredible. So unbelievably talented. And I think she deserves so much more attention. I genuinely cannot recommend The Sword of Kaigen more, but maybe save that one for the winter. It's winter vibes. It's full on winter vibes. Cuddle up in a blanket while it's snowing outside. Make a little fire in the fireplace and just make a cup of cocoa. Sitting on the windowsill, just reading, oh my god. The next one is another fucking stupid ass classic. I don't know why I want to read so many classics this summer. The Razor's Edge by W. Somerset Maugham. This is about a man named Larry. He's an attractive and enigmatic American who forsakes the comforts of bourgeois society to live a life dedicated to the pursuit of truth and meaning. Oh my god. These books, I'm just so excited about literature, right? I don't know, I feel like I've come out on the other end. Like I've been stuck in a little tunnel, cramped in there, and I've just been army crawling for the past 4 months, and I finally emerged, and it's like I'm like in, what's that place, what's it, fuck, I forget what it's called. Pandora, like from Avatar, Navi, okay, Navi, I remember that. I see the floating rocks and the waterfalls and the weird bug insect creatures flying around. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm home. Oh my god. But Larry's former fiancée is the beautiful and vivacious Isabel Martian, and she is struggling to maintain a family nearly destroyed by the depression. Oh my god, an affair! He is also attracted to the lost wonton? Like wontons, I've never seen that word used like that. I know wonton soup. He is also attracted to the lost wonton soup Sophie. He is also attracted to the lost wonton. I don't think I'm saying that word right. Wonton? I'm gonna say wanton. He is also attracted to the lost wanton Sophie MacDonald, whose life he attempts to save from its downward spiral. There's more. In the midst of the drama stands Elliot Templeton, the irresistibly lovable arch snob with a heart of gold. Aww. Okay. This I've just heard fantastic things about. I've been wanting to read it for years, and hopefully this summer I finally get to it. And as I'm sure you can tell, very character driven. There seems to be some plot, but it seems like it's mainly gonna be vibes. The next one I have here is Tell Me Everything by Elizabeth Strout. This book is not out yet, as you can tell, it's an ARC. Yeah, I get books sent to me before they even fucking come out, before they even hit the shelf. It's not a big deal, and I'm not rubbing it in or nothing at all, but it just is a life I live, and I don't know, it's like every day too. It's like every fucking day, I'm like, oh my god. Penguin Random House wants me so fucking bad. Like, they want me so bad. It's actually kind of embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them. But this, I don't even know what it's about. I just know that it is by the same person who wrote Olive Kitteridge, which is a book I've not read, but I watched the show, and I love the show Olive Kitteridge. Frances McDormand chomps, just eats every single little facial movement, incredible. And it made me really want to read the book, but I just didn't ever get around to doing it. So when Penguin Random House sent me this, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. And the cover too, I just love the cover. It's very summery, very summery, springy. But this is about Bob's Burger? No, this is about the town lawyer, Bob Burgess. And he becomes involved in an unfolding murder investigation defending a lonely, isolated man accused of killing his mother. But he also has fallen into a deep and abiding friendship with the acclaimed writer Lucy Barton. Hold on, wait, what the fuck? Okay. Give me a fucking minute. Shit just got... Whoa. So Olive Kitteridge is in this book. Lucy and Bob go on walks and talk about their lives, their fears and regrets, and what might have been. Lucy, meanwhile, is finally introduced to the iconic Olive Kitteridge. She's iconic, okay? Now living in a retirement community on the edge of town. Alright, so I'm thinking it's like in the same world. Like, isn't that like the Grishaverse? Or like, Akotar? This is like the Olive Kitteridge verse. Olive Kitteridge-averse. Olive Kitterverse. Olive Kitterverse. But this just sounds so fun and depressing. I cannot wait. So yeah, those are some of the books that I plan on reading this summer. I'm sure, hopefully, fingers crossed, I get to a few more. Make sure to join my book club too, if you'd like. Maybe you'll see some of these featured throughout the summer there. I think I already have the books picked out for this summer, but we'll see. That is linked below, so too is my Instagram. And thank you for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I'll just go over here. Okay, you're still here. All right. Sorry, I'm picking my nose. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna censor my face, but yeah, I just picked a booger. And who are you? What are you doing? Watching this fucking probably with your nose and finger in your nose right now. Like a nasty bitch.